Hello and welcome back to Stackhouse Knives. Thank you very much for joining me today. Christmas is nearly here and we are all looking forward to doing that little bit of where we do nothing over the Christmas break. I'm really looking forward to having a bit of a break and really just locking down and doing a bit more project stuff, a bit more creative stuff down at the workshop, and I'm sure all of you are as well. Now, you're always tempted into getting that new belt grinder or that new anvil or that lovely hammer, all of these really wonderful tools that you get a lot of satisfaction out of. And for me personally as well, I don't get as much satisfaction when I buy myself a respirator or when I buy myself a new set of filters or a new set of earmuffs or a new face mask. All of those things don't have quite as much satisfaction as a new hammer or a new tool. Now, because you don't get as much satisfaction in getting that safety gear, and you have a tendency not to get it as much, this is where it's kind of important for you to treat yourself to make sure that you are well protected in the workshop. And when you're working, especially grinding, using angle grinders, using all sorts of hazardous chemicals. Now, what do you get yourself for Christmas? It's sort of a selfish act, but you should always treat yourself as well, or someone else to treat you. The best thing you could invest in for Christmas is some better safety gear. Now, if you've got all the appropriate safety gear, this doesn't apply to you. If you have all of the safety practices in place and you have a good induction and a good routine with how you work, this doesn't really apply to you, but well done for working really safe. This applies to all of those people, and I myself have been one of them, where you think it's just one little job and I'll be done. And then I'll just neglect putting that safety gear on just for this 1 second, and then bam, that's when the accident happens. Now you are in the hospital, now you don't have one eye working, or now you've lost a finger, and that is a major setback for you working in the workshop. You have to wait for a skin graft, you've got a burn, you've got something happening now, and you can't make and you can't work. And it only would have taken you 1 second to put that piece of equipment on, and you'd be still working all through Christmas, all through the holidays. So I don't mean to get quite deep about it, but safety is incredibly important in the workshop. Making sure that you are protected in the best way that you can to help minimize an accident and an incident. This is not only for yourself, but if you've got people working in a class, you've got people working in a workshop and you're doing a project, you're doing a collaborative project, the system is everyone needs to apply the same amount of safety gear in order to minimize any accidents. Now, there are times where a freak accident can still happen, and accidents are unavoidable, but if you've done everything you can to help minimize the impact it will cause to you and to your body, that's all you can do. So what I have purchased for myself this Christmas is I've got myself some brand new face visors. They're already a bit dusty. These are about $60. I got these from Mitre 10. So I think $60 is a pretty good deal for those guys, especially if you think about how much an eye costs or anything related to your face costs. It's quite a low cost. And I've gone ahead and bought myself a brand new respirator, and I've got some new filters as well, because my old respirator is getting a bit done. I can still use the respirator, but the filters, I kind of had it, so they need to be replaced. If you want to work efficiently in the workshop, putting all of the gear on every single time will prevent you from having major accidents. It is a major setback if you're in production and you have an accident. You're going to regret that decision for the rest of your bloody life. Create a regular system for you and other people to work safely. And it's the same thing when I'm teaching classes at TLC or if I'm teaching classes here. It's creating that nature that if you're not working safely and you think that maybe the other person over there is not working safely, just tell them, you should put a face mask on. You're going to lose an eye. Or you should put some gloves on. You're going to burn yourself. Anything like that. Just simple 5-minute checks. These 5-minute checks make sure that you don't injure yourself. So that's the best thing that you can go out and do for yourself and treat yourself this Christmas. Buy a face mask, buy some earmuffs, and buy a respirator with the correct filters so that you are not absorbing any of those dangers and those long-term injuries that you're going to regret for the rest of your life. You only live once, and you only have 2 pairs of eyes, and you only have a limited amount of fingers, before you can stop working and doing this work at the workshop. Because to be honest, it really sucks. I've had a piece of metal stuck in my eye before, and it was the worst experience I've ever had in my life. It's my biggest fear in life to lose my eyesight, and I'm short-sighted as it is, so I'm kind of half blind and I need glasses to see anyway. Try to minimize those accidents as best you can and make sure that you're working as safely as you can over these holidays. I'm going to be making sure I'm wearing all my gear, and this is just a quick and friendly reminder to everyone who forgets to wear the equipment. Just, you know, make it a habit. Make it a really good habit. I'm glad you enjoyed this week's video. Thank you very much for watching. Feel free to like and subscribe. If you're new to the channel, hit that bell notification button at the bottom there, and I'll see you in the next video. Thank you very much.